Welcome friends, today we are playing Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, the 7th installment of the Nancy Drew series. I've never played this one either, so this should be good.
Welcome to my latest case. Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. A gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Oh, I guess she gave us a key because we made it in here without her. Nah, this is a fixer-upper for sure. Dogs.
It's stuck. I need some sandpaper. It's stuck.
Okay.
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
What's to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here.
So
Just
peaceful.
wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
I'm stuck.
One of your trees seems to have other plans for me.
What do you mean?
A tree fell down behind my car just as I was driving up to the house. I'm blocked in.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
Okay.
It's late. Won't the store be closed?
Where's my brain? Okay, look. I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
Why? What on earth do you think is going to happen?
The dogs. Those dogs. Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Well, at least we can call Bess in this game. But first, let's look around. Check out squeaking. Mice?
What is that?
That sounded weird. Hold on. Let's keep investigating. Okay, we'll have to figure out something for the clock. Okay. Get well water tested ASAP. Flashlight. Good. Forest trails. Harry, thought you could use this map to the cemetery. You'll find lots of bait along the way, especially at night. The cemetery is real hard to find. I got lost a bunch of times. Happy fishing, George. Okay. We have bleach. Nancy, I'm really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's in Philadelphia. Door is open. Make yourself at home. We'll call you from my car. Sally. Cell phone number. Please don't hate me. I hate you. I'm just kidding. Gloves. Water, okay. Get dead tree cut down. Well, too late for that. Ooh, cabinet. Okay, nothing. Cool stove.
Leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. When swans drift by on shimmering blue, I'm the one who plays in the summer dew. When autumn's call brings out the deer, it is I who howls on mornings clear. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night.
Okay, definitely gonna need that for later. Oh. No, I don't want to go to sleep. What's this? Personal data assistant. Oh, my notes! Finally, we get notes in some sort of device. Definitely different from a cell phone, though. I heard www.herinteractive.com is a great place to learn about the latest detective techniques. I'll have to check it out when I get back home. Find out how to get Sally's well water tested, moving the dog statues in the living room, changes the pictures on the clock, investigate weird noises outside. I don't want to. Sally is really upset about those ghost dogs. Guess I'm on another case. Blah, blah, blah. I guess we can call Bess now. We can try.
Nancy, how's it going?
Hey, Bess, how'd you know it was me?
Telepathy, of course. Just another of my many talents. You are so full of it. She got caller ID, Nancy. So now, instead of hanging up on the geeks that always call her, she just doesn't answer the phone. Very funny. So what's up?
Believe it or not, Sally went to her aunt's in Philadelphia. I'm here by myself.
Why? What happened? Did you two have a fight? Oh, Bess. Nancy Drew does not have fights. Heated debates? Maybe. Fights? Never. Why else would Sally just take off like that?
She said something happens when it gets dark here. Something really, really scary.
Scary as in what? Yeah, people type scary or ghost type scary?
Dog type scary. She called to warn me about the dogs.
Dogs? As in Rin Tin Tin, Old Yeller, Huckleberry Hound?
Apparently, there are some dogs around here that come out at night and are pretty scary. That's about all she had the chance to say before we got cut off.
Dogs aren't scary. Maybe it's some other kind of animal.
That's possible.
As soon as you hang up, you're gonna go prowling around outside, aren't you?
Why, Bess, that's a great idea.
Well, be careful. And if anything does happen, run. No, wait, call us first, then run.
I will. Bye, you guys.
Ta-ta. Ciao for now.
Love them. Okay. Well, let us investigate.
The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight. Something's out there.
Okay.
Now look what you've done. That was a Strixvaria. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
Okay. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
Who are you?
My name's Red Knot. And if you've got a volume knob, I'd appreciate your taking it down a notch before you scare away everything from here to Lancaster.
Just what is it you're afraid I'll scare away?
Birds. I'm trying to look for birds. What are you doing out here?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm staying in this house, and I heard a lot of weird noises, so I came out here to investigate.
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
I drove in today from River Heights to visit my friend Sally McDonald.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
What do you know about the woman living here?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs.
The dogs.
The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear them howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone, both.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Why haven't the police investigated?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Oh, Jeff.
Do you live close by?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kind of my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house.
One more thing. The water in Sally's well needs to be tested.
So
How do
random.
I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
Thank you. I forgot his name.
I'd better wait until daylight. It's not safe to take the boat out at night.
A treehouse.
This must be Red's observation platform.
I want to snoop. Guess that's all there is to see that way. Ooh, shed. What's in here?
It's locked.
It's locked.
A face only a gnome could love.
Okay. Oh, key. Probably not for this one, but we can try. Oh,
Oh, the key broke off.
oh, that's awkward.
It's locked. There's got to be another way to get this open.
A crowbar. Gas. What is this? Oh. Okay. I shouldn't have done that. Well, there was nothing of use in here. For now. We'll go back inside the house. Yeah. Quit your yapping.
This is not good.
Oh. Bro, leave me alone. Stay away, stinky. I'm just gonna go to bed. See? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Can I eat a banana? Nope. See? Everything's fine. Oh, I didn't know there was a hill over here. Oh, okay. Just gonna stash a plank of wood in my pocket.
I better be careful.
Oh, is this where the cemetery is? Okay. Right, left, right. Oh, I like how she notes that. Okay, across from the log. I'm gonna go that way. A bird. Blue bird. Now we're here. Yellow ribbon. We'll go left, right, left. Left, right, left, right? And then we're gonna go this way. there's the stump. And then we'll go left, right, right, left. And we're at the cemetery. Easy peasy. Snooky. Piffin Path. Goodness. Ooh, can I take that? And then we have marbles. Stench. Oh, here are the dogs. Vitus, Xander, and Lucy and Iggy. I definitely should be writing down their
Looks like paw prints.
dates of birth, probably the order. Malone. Oh, I can go in? Oh, I guess I probably end up putting something on there later. Okay, hold on, getting a notebook. Got a notebook. Alright, so let's write down all of the dates on the graves. Okay, so they all died on January 29th, 1932. Is there... I feel like something should go here. I think that's all we can look for now. Definitely feel like these are going to come in handy later. Back the way we came. What else is on the map? You can check out the dead ends and see if there's anything there. Just birds. I like this music. Ooh, there's a stone pillar over here we definitely should look at. A shoe. Okay, I can't. Okay, Nancy has no observations about the shoe. So nothing to note about the pillar. Well, that was interesting. Didn't find too much though. What's this? More
Those
wood.
look too rotten.
What am I building, Nancy? What am I building? Ooh. Always spooky stuff in the cellar. Okay. That was a lot of times.
I need a bucket.
Let's go speak with Red. Was that his name? Hello? Oh, he's not here.
The boat's full of water.
Oh.
I need to bail out the boat.
Ugh. Okay, back to the bucket. A screwdriver. Always gotta put on the life vest.
The spark plug is missing.
Bruh.
I gotta have some torque.
Oh wait, am I trying to take it off? Okay. Well, I don't have...
The spark plug is missing.
Where am I supposed to find a spark plug? In the toolbox probably, but I can't get into the toolbox. But maybe if I use my screwdriver instead?
I gotta have some torque.
There we go. Hammer nails. I feel like I'm gonna need that gnome at some point. Am I supposed to take something off? We'll come back to that. Let's call Sally.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
I need you to tell me everything you can about those dogs.
They're black and they have yellow glowing eyes and they don't like me one bit.
When's the first time you saw them?
Well, let's see. I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance, but I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
Did they always come around the same time, or did it vary?
Actually, they always came around the same time. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
Which 3 people?
Let's see, the park ranger, I forget his name, kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin, she's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I've run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something, I swear those are the only people I've talked to at Moon Lake.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
Nope.
Your outboard motorboat is missing a spark plug. Is there one around here by any chance?
I wouldn't know a spark plug if I swallowed one whole. But you need that boat, Nancy. Right now, it's your lifeline. You can't use your car, and believe me, you can't walk anywhere because all the paths around the house end in this thick, horrible brush. You've got to get it fixed. Wait a minute. The bird watcher, he's got a boat. Maybe you could borrow his spark plug or something. Go down the path that's to the right as you look out toward the lake from the house, and you'll eventually see his observation platform. Try him at night. He never seems to be around during the day.
I could really
Okay.
use some sandpaper. Do you have any stashed away somewhere?
Sure don't. Try M's Emporium. That's on the west side of the lake. And brace yourself if you haven't been there yet. The place is something else.
Something else.
How well do you know the owner?
I feel like I've known her all my life. She's so open and friendly. She likes to make it sound as if Moon Lake used to be a major hangout for criminals and degenerates, which isn't really true and irks some people around here no end. But I figure she's just trying to make a buck.
How do I go about getting your water tested?
Try the ranger station on the east side of the lake. I've been told you can get some kind of kit there.
Okay.
I'm curious. Why did you characterize the park ranger as a pain in the neck?
I left part of a ham sandwich on a picnic table once. Big mistake. From the way he carried on, you'd think I just made the FBI's 10 most wanted list. I don't think he likes me. Emily says it's because I wrecked his dream of becoming super ranger or something when I bought the Malone house instead of the parks department. Me, I think he just basically has a problem relating to people unless they're asking questions or breaking the law.
Fair enough. Okay, Mr. Ranger, sir.
Where'd all that stuff in your tool shed come from?
It's just junk left behind by previous owners. Came with the house. I've been meaning to take inventory and start pitching stuff, but I didn't. If they ever make procrastination a crime, I'm done for.
I feel that.
The wall hanging in the living room with a poem on it, and those dog carvings in that cabinet above the sofa. What can you tell me about them?
Aren't they cool? They came with the place. Sold the clock. Apparently, Malone had them custom made when he built the house. In fact, they're all built into the house. They're still there because you can't move them.
Has the clock ever worked?
Not for me. Oh, but get this. One day, I was messing with the hands, trying to get them to work, and all of a sudden, one of the 4 little doors flew open, and instead of a cuckoo, this dog popped out and barked 3 times. It's a doggy clock. That Malone, bad as he was, he sure loved those dogs.
Are you aware that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
So you didn't go out there much?
No.
Talk to you later.
Keep me posted.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of information. First of all, living room floorboards. Where I'd really like to sweep up the place.
This
Here.
doesn't look very safe.
Can I use my
Those
hammer?
floorboards need to be replaced.
Oh. Yeah.
They need to be fastened to the floor.
Beautiful work, Nancy. Beautiful. Amazing. Rotten floorboards, watch your step. Well, I fixed it now. Check. We need to talk to Red at night for the spark plug information. Once we have the spark plug, we can go on the boats, we can go to the store for sandpaper and talk to the ranger for the well water stuff, etc. Might as well just wait until it's nighttime to go talk to Red. Hello?
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Ew, don't say it like that.
Please, just call me Nancy.
I will if you keep your voice down. I just heard a cerulean warbler.
I don't care.
Did you say last night that you have an outboard motorboat?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
Why don't you like tourists?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
Oh, that makes you a prime suspect to want to scare Sally off the property.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Absolutely.
Sure. What would you like me to take pictures of?
Birds,
Of
Nancy.
course. There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
Okay. So the bird songs are on the tape, which we need a cassette player, which is at the store. Okay.
I know I can.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, these woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore, I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
Stop threatening me, sir. See, nothing bad happened. Okay. Spark plug. Oh, +0 minus plus. So this is 0. So maybe it should be there. Plus might be on top. I don't know. Maybe that. It worked. I don't know what I did, but it worked. Okay, we're going to the Emporium first. Look at us go. Beautiful. Stunning. Nice. Okie dokie. Live bait sold here.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
Hello. Live bait, so maybe we might have to go fishing later.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone place. You know, the house Sally McDonald bought?
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
Okay.
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
A tree fell down in the driveway behind my car, and now I'm blocked in.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
The ghost dog scared her off.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
Have you ever seen the dogs?
Nope. Don't want to, neither. Just hearing them howl's bad enough. Scares the bejeebies out of me.
When was the last time they appeared?
Seems like they show up every time somebody buys the place. So the last time would have been 10, 15 years ago.
I caught a strange man prowling around last
He
night.
is strange.
He called himself Red Knot.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
What food?
It seemed to me that he was more into watching birds than hugging trees.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure, he's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards making noises like he just popped out of a UFO.
That's true.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh yeah, I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here.
Old coot.
What else can I do you for?
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful. Where'd you get them?
Found 'em. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Squeaky Wheel Acres?
Jeff Akers, local park ranger. I keep telling him all this stuff washed up on shore. But does that snobby little stickler for rules believe me?
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Why would he want that?
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
I
do.
need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. As long as you pay cash, that is.
Right now, cash is kind of a problem for me. Do you think we could do some kind of trade out?
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, huh? Seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out.
Ugh.
Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
I've disturbed him enough already. Would anyone else around here have some?
He's your only hope, but you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
That darn bird watcher. That darn bird watcher. Live bait. Nice.
Ew.
I appreciate that they animated that. Alright, don't need that for now. Moon Lake Fishing Wall of Fame. See what happens when you buy M's bait. On to EB and her nice bass. Come here to M's Emporium. Cute. M. Benson, Aviation. Millie gets you there. Buy a piece of the past. 80 years ago, Moon Lake was crawling with gangsters, flappers, and jazz musicians from the big city. They traveled to and from parties by boat and were so rich that if they accidentally dropped something in the lake, they wouldn't even bother going after it. Each item you see here was fished out of Moon Lake and most likely belonged to some wealthy big shot, by legal means. Don't go home without buying at least one genuine artifact from the Roaring Twenties. To the Rangers Station. Ooh.
I probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Acres' permission.
Okay. Health and safety tips, history, nature slideshow, park regulations. Cool. Cool, cool. Ooh, photos. Logging company. School teachers and students. Founder of Moon Lake Logging Company. Town of Liberty. This one is typed in. Fishing contest. Tree development. Park Ranger Francis Bacon Gritz and his wife Zelda Strawberry, Moon Lake. Ooh, what is this? What's in a name? Look at all this information. Never approach, harass, or feed any animals, even small ones. You got it. Fishing regulations, boating, hiking. Hey kids, check out Moon Lake's nature highlights. How old is this tree? So much information. Hantavirus. Giardiasis. Lyme disease. Forest fire prevention. Poison ivy. I feel so educated right now.
Hello, can I help you?
Hello.
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald. Are you the park ranger?
Park Ranger Jeff Akers, at your service. Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
That's her. Unfortunately, she seems to have developed a problem of the canine kind.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
Does that mean you don't?
There's always a logical explanation for everything. Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Have you ever investigated the ghost dogs yourself?
Do you always ask this many questions?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I do.
I'm a very busy man, Miss Drew, but I am here to serve the public.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Okay.
Do wells go bad very often?
Depends on when they were dug. The older they are, the more susceptible to contamination they are.
This place isn't exactly your ordinary ranger station, is it?
It's also the Moon Lake Post Office, and it's the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I've lived here all my life, so I can't help but feel obligated to protect not only the area's flora and fauna, but also its past.
So you know all about Mickey Malone?
As a member of the law enforcement community, I prefer to dwell on the positive aspects of history instead of on the activities of a bunch of glorified thugs.
So you'd probably like to see the old Malone place torn down and forgotten.
Not necessarily. It's hard to ignore its potential as a tourist attraction. And if that's what it takes to draw more people to Moon Lake, I'm a reasonable man.
As an officer of the law, can you think of anyone who might want to scare Sally off her property?
The woman who owns the shop across the lake? Emily Griffin? I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure she's been dragging the lake in front of Malone's house for artifacts, which is illegal. It would be a lot easier for her to do her dirty work if nobody was living there.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Is Malone buried there?
That's the rumor.
The inscription on one of the tombstones reads Waldo Matthias. Does that name ring any bells?
Not in my steeple.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Acres.
Oh, don't worry, I have precautions. Before I sent out the letter, I wanted to read it first. Oh, I guess I can't read it.
You're back.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Well, now we can snoop in here.
I probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Acres' permission.
He gave us permission, girl. A slideshow. Okay, nothing of interest in there. Famous residence. Oh, here's information about the doggies. Maybe. Mickey Malone, convicted of tax evasion in 1933 and sent to prison where he eventually died. I don't know what I need from that for now. I shall leave. So we have, we gotta take pictures of the birds.
American goldfinch. American robin. Blue jay. Northern cardinal. Red-tailed hawk. Western tanager.
Alright, 6 birds I have to take a photo of. And I only have 5 birds on this map. I believe I went through all of this. So where's the last bird? Yay! Birdies.
Come back!
Oh no. Is it because I did it too fast? Nice.
I must have scared it.
How did I scare it?
Come back!
Why is it scared? So I think I need to do something without scaring them. And I might need to lure in the hawk somehow. What the hell? Let's go tonight so we can talk to our birdwatcher man.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong.
Mom jeans.
You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you,
Money
but I need
grubber.
some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some.
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your wife?
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Do many people around here own dogs?
Not really. Most people don't bother. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
I will. Thank you. Sandpaper.
It's stuck.
Okay, now we can move it. Okay, so she said it had something to do with the clock in the poem. So, spring tree. Okay, spring tree, summer swans, autumn deer, and winter birds. So then how do I know what directions to face them? That's pointing at the 2. Then at the 4. Then at the 8. Then at the 11. Oh, okay, cool. So all of those times match up to different months that each dog was born. So then I know which one corresponds to which. So now we put it all together. Okay, so winter is first, and that corresponds to Vitus. So I don't know about the directions though. I'm gonna have them all facing forward. Yellow deer. Yellow deer. Oh. Okay. So they're all at yellow deer right now, so that's the... Okay, so whatever is showing up on the thing is because of the direction they're facing. So if I move Vitus that way, now he's facing west. So Vitus affects the first one, which maybe the order is just the 1, 2, 3, 4 from left to right. Okay, so the first one I think could be correct, the bluebirds. I'm confusing myself. I think the times might have not had anything to do with it. I don't know what I'm doing. What? Okay, do not ask me how I solved that because I'm honestly not sure. I thought I had it figured out with the like here I thought I had it figured out, and I don't know, but it worked. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I just took the photo. The cellar. Okay. Oh.
It could be mice making that sound.
Interesting.
It looks like a tiny hole. William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
The truth about Mickey Malone as told by his most trusted employee, William Akers. Mr. Malone has never spent a night in jail and he never will. And you know why? Because he's just an ordinary Joe trying to run an ordinary business. He said this with such conviction that for a moment this reporter honestly thought Akers was talking about somebody other than Mickey Malone, the notorious gangster. But I was standing on the porch of Malone's getaway home at Moon Lake, having bushwhacked through thick brush from the east side of the lake to avoid detection and probable eviction by his bodyguards. And I was talking to the man who, according to the police, is the only person Malone trusts. I ought to know. I see him every day, Akers went on. He doesn't deserve all the grief you newspaper hacks give him. He's a rich man because his laundromats are fine establishments and people like to wash their clothes there. All this talk about him being a bootlegger is just plain hogwash. When I asked if I could talk to Malone, Akers said Malone was out walking. Like I said, he's an ordinary guy who likes to do ordinary things. When I asked him if I could wait for him, he said, "What for? Anything you want to know about Mickey Malone, I can tell you. I've worked for him for 15 years. When I said all I wanted was the truth, he said, then you're in luck, because that's what I just told you. And now I suggest you leave. Mickey's a swell guy, but he's got these 4 big dogs, see? And sometimes they don't mind so good." I took the hint and left, but as I struggled through the brush to get back to my car, I realized something. Akers hadn't told me the truth about what Malone did, I knew that. But he had told me an important truth when it came to what Mickey Malone was. Someone who had at least one extremely loyal employee. I asked you, good citizens of Philadelphia, how many so-called legitimate businessmen could say the same thing? Cool. Can I look at the picture? Oh, I guess not. We're gonna go wait till morning. I figured out the clock thing, but I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know. Time to go buy some camo.
Howdy, Nancy.
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
How am I supposed to get the dozen little critters?
You got a deal. So, what kind of bait do you need?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Do I need some kind of permit?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. Least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Joe Akers is Jeff's father?
That's right.
I found an old newspaper in Sally's house that contained an article on Mickey Malone. It really got my curiosity going. What else can you tell me about him?
Person you should talk to is Jeff Akers. He's got this historical museum thing going out at that ranger station of his.
I found this picture in Sally's house. Do you recognize anybody?
I'm guessing the guy's Mickey Malone, but I don't know who's that lady. Sounds like a case for our resident know-it-all Ranger Akers.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Okay, now I have to go get bugs. Bugs. Fine. Alright. Jeff.
You're back.
I am back.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
But what if you are?
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
Thanks, Jeff.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Miss Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
I'm just gonna keep asking questions.
What happened to Akers and the rest of Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best birdwatching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Oh, a dog.
You're back.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
Do you have any other dogs?
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
I don't know, maybe I was suggesting that. Alright, I'm gonna go find bait. Bugs.
Tweet, tweet!
Tweet, tweet! What is this pillar for? Can I look under this log? Nice. I need 12 bugs? Dang. Four down.
Here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
Nothing under the shoe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing I just have to keep turning stuff over and looking around. Alright, let's try searching for bugs at night. Ooh, little glowy worms. 9. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, that's 10. So I just come back again in the morning, I guess? See, the dogs only bothered us once. We're fine. Well, I don't know. About those last 2 bugs? I don't know. Maybe I can just go ask her about it? I mean, I can't pick these stones up. Can I get bugs in here? Oh, about Jeff Akers. Because he spent much of his childhood at Moon Lake, he's excited about introducing visitors to what he calls the best state park in the country. Okay, when a pump seems to stop working, that is when it fails to suck any water up and out of the spout, probably needs to be primed. Simply pour portable drinking water into the top of it, pump the handle until water flows from the spout. A deer mouse infected with the hantavirus, blah blah blah. You should always assume that any mouse-infested area has been contaminated with hantavirus and should either avoid those areas or take precautions when cleaning them. Never sweep an area that mice have inhabited. Wearing a respiratory mask and rubber gloves, remove dirt from the area with a damp towel, mop, or sponge. Well, I don't have those things. We figure some things out. We read, we think, we're smart. Okay, first, water. I want to pour that in and then pump. We did it. Then we take the little vial and then we bring it back to him. And then let me just check if the shed has a mop we could take. Don't want to take a broom. I don't know what this thing is.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Oh, gotta butter him up.
You are incredible, Ranger Akers. What did you find out?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Thank you.
Where's Yogi?
In the run out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
I have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, so now we can call Vivian.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
That's right. I found it in the cellar of Mickey Malone's old house on Moon Lake.
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years.
Wow.
He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
He had a speakeasy? Where?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
Moon Lake Mickey's.
Did this speakeasy have a secret entrance?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Ooh. Hidden in one of the tombstones in the little cemetery.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using 2 main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
Yeah, got a deal.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't, as a joke. Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
Okay. Federal agent.
Do you know anything about the safe that's in the cellar of his house at Moon Lake?
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. By Willie, I mean William Akers, one of the guys who worked for Mickey.
Okay, so that's Willie's safe.
I don't suppose you happen to know the combination.
No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he picked the most unlucky number he could think of and used that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
Unlucky number? Like what?
Oh, like the date that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house that caught fire, or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
It's been fun talking to you.
I know.
I know. She's funny. Okay, so the safe is the date of something bad happening. Oh, wait, I'm hearing chirping.
Those look too rotten.
Where? Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12! The last rock.
Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
Got 'em right here.
Well, now, you done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding from won't catch you. How you holding up?
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay-hee-hoo!
Now we can take pictures of the other birds. Ha! Can't see me. Nice. And the last one's the hawk, which I don't know where that is. And I think I have to ask the guy about it.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
No, Red, I haven't.
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house.
Southwest.
I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
Okay.
See you in a while.
No hurry.
Big tree southwest of the house.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk.
Yes. That was easy.
Hey, what is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker.
I knew.
Huh?
What the hell?
I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied.
What am I looking at right
I can't
now?
move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
How am I getting the scythe down? Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Just conveniently landed near my hands.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out. Fire! Fire!
Fire! I have this
Fire!
water. No?
Fire!
What the hell? Use my well. Come on. I didn't know there would be a fire happening.
I need a bucket.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
It was you.
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Yeah.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
So everyone suddenly appeared right after it happened? Suspicious.
Hello there. I owe you an apology. After you came up here looking for those red tails, I gave my map a closer look and realized it was more than 50 years old. Reason you can't find them is probably because their favorite nesting tree is gone. Finding that hawk's gonna be harder than I thought, so why don't you just give me back my camera and I'll take it from here. It didn't get burned up in that fire or anything, did it?
He doesn't deserve it. We took the pictures, so...
You'll be happy to know that I did get a picture of a red-tailed hawk. So here's your camera back. I got all the birds.
Thank you, Nancy. Nice work. You're a credit to your generation.
Where did those gas cans come from?
I ran out of gas. So much for being prepared, huh? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'm sure you've got places to go, things to see, people to pester.
See you in a while.
No hurry.
Suspicious gas cans. You're really not doing a great job at hiding things. Well, we survived. And now that we took photos of the birds, what now? Okay, so we're still waiting for a key for the speakeasy. We'll go ask for water test results and stuff like that in the morn.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
How long have you been the Lone Ranger here, as it were?
6 long, very frustrating years. If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
That's why you want to drive Sally out of the house.
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them, the cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Let me just brush up on my Roman numerals. History. Here we are. Okay, I think I get it. We'll see how I do.
Let's see. Jeff said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.
Okay, earliest goes in the front and then you go back. So, LI, LX, LXX. This one goes.
Now that they're all sorted, I can do some reading.
Roman numerals. Thinking. Ha ha ha. Okay. Philadelphia mobster dies in Leavenworth. Michael Mickey Malone died yesterday of liver failure in the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas at the age of 52. Born in Newark, New Jersey in 1889, he owned and operated Philadelphia Duds and Suds, a chain of laundromats and dry cleaners that allowed him to disguise and disperse the money he made as a racketeer. Compared to other gangsters, Malone kept a relatively low profile. His desire for privacy was enforced by 4 large dogs who never left his side. Although he was rumored to be involved in everything from running to gold heists, he never spent a single night in jail until he was arrested in 1932 for tax evasion. He was convicted the following year and was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. He died just 2 months before he was scheduled to be released. Gangster nabbed at Moon Lake residence. Mickey Malone arrested right at his luxurious Moon Lake property. Finally felt the sting of the sword of justice. Mickey Malone in pajamas being led away. Blah 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 blah. He was handcuffed. Mickey Malone's been making us look like fools for a long time, declared Bureau of Investigation agent Waldo Matthias. He's on the... It's okay, so it's Waldo's grave. That's a speakeasy, for sure. But today, the good guys finally got the last laugh. Alright. Well, I knew it was that grave anyway. It was pretty suspicious. Is a gangster about to become Moon Lake's newest resident? When asked if Mickey Malone was indeed building a home on Moon Lake, Waldo Matthias, the agent spearheading the Department of Justice investigation, had only this to say: "If he is, I suggest he live it up while he can, because the place we're going to be sending him to ain't on no beach, and he's going to be there for a real long time." Emily's Moon Lake Antiques. Dragging ban is a drag. That's gold in them thar sandbars. At least that's been the experience of Emily Griffin, owner of M's Emporium on Moon Lake. She estimates that she has made close to $20,000 selling her finds to antique hunters and tourists, but last week her windfall came to an end. The county in which Moon Lake is located passed an ordinance making the recovery of objects from the lake bed illegal. The eco-balance of Moon Lake is simply too delicate to ignore. She begs to differ. The whole thing's just plumb ridiculous. You know what all that stuff down there is doing right now? It's rusting, rotting away, polluting the water. Heck, by getting it out of there, I'm doing the county a favor. I can still sell the stuff that washes up on shore. Especially after a good storm, so I may be down. But I ain't necessarily out. Money won't get flushed down this toilet. Watch the Septics Roadshow. Monday nights on the Plumbing Broadcast Service. Huh. Good to know. Oh, wait, okay. So we have all the previous combinations. MM pinched. Mickey Malone pinched. Okay, that's not the date that he died. That's the date that he was arrested, which I don't have. Okay. And then there's this, which has a hole.
Looks like a tiny hole.
Which... I thought I used the pen.
Combination?
Okay. January 29th, 1932. 0, 1, 2, 9, 3, 2.
I bet those were deer mice.
I'm going to use this. William Akers, 1933 to 1942.
Speakeasy.
Today, Mickey went to prison, but when they were walking him to the paddy wagon, he told me to take care of his dogs, and when the time came to do their tombstones like he told me, then he whispered to me to look under the Victoria in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said I'd find a map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How's a guy who never spent one night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down he knows he's never coming home. Anyway, I looked under the Victorola and found the map. The problem is there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words, "The dogs will lead the way." There's no X marking the spot or directions or nothing. But I need money bad. My wife and baby haven't had anything decent to eat in months. So I'm gonna pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently so I can spend all my time looking for the gold. Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole-in-the-floor gold heist. He always said the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay. But according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkertons. Mickey must have greased somebody's palm real good and got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar the gold was going to be shipped in. After the gold was loaded, one of his boys crawled under the train and pulled himself into the boxcar. Then when the train was moving, he dropped the gold down the hole onto the tracks. Mickey's boys picked it up and got away clean. Nobody ever suspected Mickey was behind it. So what I'm looking for is 20 gold bars. The papers said altogether they weighed around 600 pounds. The question is, did Mickey hide them in one place or did he spread them around? He must have buried them, but where? I just thought of something. Maybe Mickey trained his dogs to go to the gold if you say the right word. I'm going to try saying gold to them tomorrow and see what happens. I've said every word I can think of to all the dogs, but they haven't led me anywhere except around in circles. I spent the last month following them around, first Xander, then Vitus, then Lucy. I don't have to follow Iggy because all he does is sleep on the porch. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start digging. I'll dig under the porch first, seeing as that's where Iggy always is. A month ago, I started working as a handyman over in Lewistown to make ends meet. So even though I stop by Mickey's every day to feed the dogs, I can only look for the gold at night. I dug all around under the porch but didn't find nothing. I marked the porch on the map with
Joe
a big...
Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
with a big eye for Iggy because that's the place he always leads me to. I was so busy digging last Tuesday night that I almost wasn't there when my son was born. We're calling him Joe. His big sister is real happy. She says baby Joe is just like the dolly she's always wanted, but we could never afford to get her. Truth is, we can't really afford Joe neither. I keep writing to Mickey asking him to please tell me straight out where the gold is, but he never writes back. I'll just have to keep digging. Leavenworth Prison, Leavenworth, 48, Kansas. Now I spend all my free time digging in the woods. I dig around everything that could be a landmark. Logs, rocks, tree stumps, but I never find nothing. Plus I keep getting lost. The paths look so much alike, especially at night, that I spend most of my time trying to figure out where I am. So last Sunday I memorized the way to the cemetery. Even though Mickey never allowed the dogs in the speakeasy or the tunnels, I've been looking there for the gold because I looked everywhere else I could think of and got nowhere. Last week I found out that Mickey changed the passcode to the spigots in the speakeasy. This got my hopes up because the way I figured it, why would Mickey change the code without telling me unless he was hiding something? But when I finally figured out the new code, I didn't find nothing in the tunnel that opened up that wasn't there before. Why Mickey spent all that money on pictures of these dogs of his, I'll never understand. I give up. Mickey's dead, and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a good job offer over in Harrisburg, and I'm gonna take it. Little Joe and Sarah deserve a better life than they've gotten so far, and it's high time Callie got a nice house and a husband who doesn't spend all his time chasing after something he can't find. But I'm leaving the journal here, because who knows, maybe someday I'll suddenly remember something Mickey said and it'll finally hit me where he hid the gold. Maybe I'll come back here and find it after all. But in the meantime, I got my family. They're what's important. They're treasure enough. They are treasure enough. Also, that means, so obviously Jeff was lying when he wasn't related to William, because Jeff is related, and Jeff probably knows about the gold, and Jeff's probably looking for it.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Okay, so this is the dock, this is the house, that's the porch. Well, it's still daytime, so we can talk to Jeff. He's probably going to lie to us.
Hello again, Miss Drew.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I understand he used to be the deputy here.
So?
Are you sure you're not related to William Akers?
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was. and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
You're hiding something.
I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
Everything.
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure. Hello again, Miss Drew.
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
It doesn't involve Roman numerals, does it?
No, it's an honorary junior park ranger pin. I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement. Unfortunately,
Thanks.
I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Akers. Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Gee, thanks. I feel like you're gonna come in handy, little cutie dog.
Nice junior park ranger pin. You must really be on Akers' good side.
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay-hee-hoo!
She might be looking for the gold too, because she is obsessed with, selling the antiques and getting more money. Let's go back to Jeff, see if we got our key in the mail.
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
It's for me!
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the package. Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Do not drink or use the water from your well.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Initial tests found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent us. While it is not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area, the amount in your sample far exceeded standard safety limits. Therefore, the water in your well is unsafe for any purpose. Further tests have been requested. They will take 2 weeks to complete. You will be informed as to what, if anything, they uncover. Someone tried to poison
I wouldn't go
the well?
jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Okay, you can't just say that about the amount of arsenic that was in our well water. Key, key, key. Oh, I have to... Okay. Maybe I need to call her again?
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is your station drop-off. Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, Eustacia and Drop-Off? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you.
No, Eustacia, wait! It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew, the Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
No.
No.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing.
Oh, stop being so morbid here. I'll have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy?
Clam dip.
So you know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
I love that she made a cameo in this from the final scene, Eustacia and Drop Off. Good times.
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think! He said he was making a treasure map, and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
I got the key you sent me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. There's just one thing. It doesn't seem to work.
Oh, where is my brain? The key unlocks the letters of the inscription. Just dial in the password and you'll be set.
There's just one more thing.
You don't know the password. I'm sorry. Eustacia and I've been playing canasta all day, and I guess beating her all those times took more out of my brain than I thought.
Next game, I win. Next game, loser pays for pizza.
Well, get out your wallet, sister, because you're going down. So, where were we? Oh yeah, the password. Let's see. It was the name of that federal agent, his first name.
Waldo?
No, not his real first name. What Mickey was always calling him. Baldo.
Baldo.
That was it, Baldo. I always thought it was mean to call him that, especially since Mickey was starting to get a little sparse on top himself.
So I just turn the letters until they spell Baldo?
Yes, dear, but like almost everything else in life, it's trickier than it sounds.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy.
Iggy.
I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
It's been fun talking to you.
Absolutely, positively.
Eustacia and drop off. Love her. Alright. Put the key in, make it Baldo. Ding, ding, ding. Stairs. Feel like we're gonna be knocked on the head soon or something.
It's too dark. I need a flashlight.
Okay.
Oh, the batteries are going dead.
Uh-oh.
I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
So now I need batteries. That's just great. Love that for me. Really love that for me.
How you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
I could probably do that.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
Oh, okay. Okay, we got greens. Oh. It's rotating and moving. Okay. Here we go.
Ta-da! One smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried combo cola.
Is it smiling goldfish? Oh, I kind of see it.
Hey, Nancy, this mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries, and thanks, Nancy.
Perf. Back to the cemetery we go. Speak easy. Speak easy. Speak easy. Ugh, I have to do the frickin' thing again. Faster this time. Alright, here we go again.
It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
I'm not in the dark though. Spooky.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So this is the speakeasy. Wow.
Somehow I did it. Okay. Wow, pretty cool. Japper dog. Sodas and spirits. There's Iggy. Okay.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
Alright, so there's...
The spigot won't move.
What do you mean it won't move?
There must be a way to unlock these spigots. If map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
Okay. Okay, Vitus has blue. Doggy.
Ah, he's so cute.
Doggy. Xander is red. Okay, can't really tell what's happening with Xander's painting. Moon like moonshine. Lucy.
So Lucy would swim out to the shipwreck, which is about here.
Green. Getaway car vacations. Okay, maybe Iggy's is yellow. Cool. Oh! Okay, so I can only go one way? That stinks. Oh, she wrote it down for me, thanks. Well, I guess that button unlocked the spigots, but I still don't know the code, so go to the next day. Well, I'm going to check out Ranger Acres' database for boat wrecks in the lake. Getting close, I can feel it. The boat, the Folly King, which I did see Folly on the boat, ran into the rocks at the north end of the lake and capsized. Nobody was hurt, but rather than going to the bother of repairing the boat, Ziegfeld simply left it there. Legend has it that for years a local dog would swim out to the wreck every day and lie on it, barking at everyone who came near. The boat gradually disintegrated until now no trace of it remains.
What can you tell me about the speakeasy in the basement of Malone's house?
All I know is my grandfather managed it for Malone. Lots of rich and famous people went there. It made him tons of money, and when Malone went to prison, my grandfather sealed it up, and no one set foot in it again.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
I wish it let me go through the cellar door instead of having to go all the way around the stinky maze. And then what, do I have to unlock the okay, I have to do this again. Oh, that was the fastest I ever did it. Oh. Oh. Match the colors with the dogs. So, red, X, blue V, yellow I, green L, XVIL. Let me do some figuring out. That one was really annoying. I didn't feel like thinking that much, but... Okay, wait. So what did that just open? We're almost there. Okay, I think it might have been back in the tunnels then. Oh, here we go. Iggy. Okay, so...
Xander played by the pump, which is right here.
Okay. This is a dead end. Sound of dogs. Okay, so this one looks like this. So dogs will lead the way, so am I just gonna 1, 2, okay, 4 over to the left and 1, 2 up. That's Iggy. Oh, do I have to do them all at the same time? Wait. Do I have to do them in order as well? So it's this one, this one, this one, and frick, this one?
That doesn't sound good.
That sounded scary. What am I gonna find? What am I gonna find? What am I gonna find? It's time to guess. Who do you think is the culprit? I'm gonna guess it's Jeff?
It's some kind of lock. It's some kind of lock.
Oh wait, I don't have... Okay, so that's locked. We can't do anything about that. Did this door open? Ah! It's open!
So you're the ghost dogs. You look pretty real to me.
Hi, puppies. Oh, why am I stuck in this cage? Key.
That's the speaker I saw in the house.
Okay, maybe it's not Jeff. Rumor going around Lake that Malone house has been sold. Find gold now. Eddie and Cher, stinky breath. Must brush their teeth. Dogs to the vet. Return. Rumor true. Sale of Malone house final. Still no sign of gold. Time for plan D, as in dog. Extra treat for Cher for being so good. Too cold to drag store nets for winter. Take the key found in Lake to the show. Dealer Theresa, vet lab reports. New owner moving in late April. Order electronic whistle, speakers, transmitter, eye lights, Gary's gadgets, and gizmos. You think it, we provide it. Chuck says Malone key special made for Malone in 1931. Keys gold? No gold. Tiles on mosaics and tunnel push in and out. Clue to where gold is? Think, think, think. Sally McDonald, 27, freelance photographer. Sally Malone moving in. Work on mosaics one by one. Push every tile. Nothing happens. Malone and his stupid puzzles can take a flying leap. Dogs ready for haunting. Wish I could sick them on Malone. Sally M. gone. Who is Nancy Drew? Get out nets, repair, check boats for leaks. Nancy Drew knows about gold. Must find before she does. Phew. What did Bruce and Meryl roll in during exercise time? Might as well give all of them a bath. Haunt. Exclusive. Celebrity gossip. Who's cool, who's not. Giant roach found in man's bathtub. So what's new, says DC police. Mayan temples uses alien landing pads. The Faniac for the ultimate movie fan. Look who's back. Despite the Royal Palladium fiasco, Brady Armstrong makes a comeback and destiny shines forth. Love that for him. Okay, so that's how they have the glowing eyes.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good puppy?
The puppies. Oh, please don't attack us. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. Okay, don't do that. A bunch of different valves. Okay, that's great.
Something's missing here. The wheel is gone.
Okay. Oh, there's a wheel. Looks like it can only turn 1, 3, and 4.
It's locked.
Locked.
It's locked. The wheel is spinning, but nothing's happening.
Oh, now that's not locked.
Something's missing here.
Screwdriver. Okay. 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 Should be empty now. It's empty. Time to go down the ladder. Built by Krollmeister Wellworks. Oh no. Okay, maybe it's like birthdays or something. So green is Lucy. Oh, 4. Red is Xander, which should be 16. Okay, it can't be 16. Maybe it's just the birth month? Oh wait, can't be that. Okay, it might not be birthdays. I'm tired. I'm gonna look this one up. I looked up a hint on the Universal Hint System. They're supposed to be Roman numerals based on the beginning of their names. Lucy's 50. Iggy's 1, X is 10, and V is 5.
The wheel is gone.
The wheel is gone? I guess I have to get the wheel from before. So it's still empty. Oh. I'm scared. Oh.
600 pounds of gold bullion. Wow.
Okay. Well, I know where the gold is. What do I do now?
Hey there, Nancy.
It was you.
Why, what on earth have we got here?
I can't let Emily catch me.
Okay, I guess I'm going in the water. What do I do?
If I don't keep moving, Emily will catch me. If I
There's plenty of gold here. We can Let me out of
need to
here!
get out of here.
Nancy!
Nope, I'm not letting you out of here.
Nancy, wait! Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember? Nancy!
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can.
Bye!
Dear Ned, as soon as I got out of the tunnels, Emily had left a door open. I called the sheriff. But when I led him back down the well to the room where I'd left Emily, she refused to leave. He and his deputies finally got her out, but one of them said afterward that if he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle me. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Dave has finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them.
Yeah.
How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy. Bess, hi, it's Nancy. I'm at this little amusement park on the coast. I wish I could say I was having a wonderful time, but the fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening here. There've been some strange accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself, like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and I'll call you later. I've gotta go right now.
The next one, the haunted carousel. Spooky. What did we think? This one was actually shorter than the last one, or maybe just a little easier. Simple storyline. Not as spooky as the others have been. I enjoyed the pacing, and I didn't feel like I was stuck at too many places. I felt like it was pretty easy to figure out going to bed and getting up at certain times, and there was only a few people you had to talk to, so it's just making sure you talk to everyone. I don't know, it was nice. It was nice. Not the best Nancy Drew game I've played, but not the worst. So it's middle, but remember, this is the 7th game. We're still working it our way through. We're only in 2002. Comparatively, I felt like this one wasn't as tedious, and the maze was a little annoying, but the puzzles were, you know, puzzling. I think it was fun little Nancy Drew game, and I'm always excited to play the next one, the Haunted Carousel. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and you stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Now look what you've done. That was a Strixvaria. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?